Welcome back to Hannity. All right, we're continuing our look at spring break in America. And one thing we found out is that beach communities all across the country, the onset of spring break, well, that means thousands of arrests and many more than they're used to. So instead of bringing them all to jail one by one, well, in Bay County, Florida, they've started bringing them, well, the jail to them. Portable holding cells and booking stations are set up during spring break, just blocks away from the beach. Ainsley got a sneak peek, an up-close look. Take a look.
You okay? What are you in here for?
I just want to take a piss.
Well, why were you arrested?
I don't know.
We are at the Mobile Booking Center, which is also known as the Welcome Center. The sheriff has tagged it as the Welcome Center. We use it for intake of all our prisoners.
And this is fairly new to spring break in this area, right?
It is. Over the last 2-3 years, we've just slowly developed it over and over every year after debriefing on what is going to work better for us, for prisoners.
So tell us what it is.
Well, what we've done is we've brought in our mobile command center, we've brought in some portable holding centers, and we're also using this building here to be able to book and process prisoners as they come in versus traveling at least 30 minutes to the jail, processing there, and then 30 minutes back. So you're saving a good hour and a half drive time for a deputy and a prisoner to go to jail and then come back.
We're really close to the Strip, so you can arrest people there and then bring them here versus traveling 30 miles to go to the jail and then 30 miles back. That wastes an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
So you just bring, once this is full, then you put them in this van?
Yep, they will fill up this with the prisoners. They'll come from different divisions, and then they will be put into our transport vans and taken to the jail. The first year we just had our command center and one cage, and then next year we added one more because we just saw that it was working that much better. And then this year we've implemented transport with the jail vans. We have an extra one. We have juvenile justice in the back that handles the minors. So every year, you know, we learn something new from the process of spring break.
What are you in trouble for?
I drank a beer and they caught me walking down the road.
Open container?
Yes.
You regretting that right now?
Yes, obviously I'm shackled up like a convict. First time I've ever been arrested in my whole life.
When they come in, they will come straight through here. We have jail personnel that will take them and line them down the side, and they'll get booked all the way through to the point of ready for transport.
Right, and what does that entail? I've seen them come in here, they have to take their shoes off, their pockets are empty.
Yep, they're searched, they're put into jail attire, and then they were put into the central holding outside. And once that fills up, they go into the transport vans and off to the jail they go.
All right, here with reaction, I'm the morning producer, Bernard Cardinal. How be thee?
John Hannity, I'm a little tired. I was down in Panama City myself. Good to be back.
That was you with in the dog pen. All right, I got it.
We
Fox
were doing
News
a six-pack in the back.
Senior correspondent Geraldo Rivera, and of course, Ainsley broke the story. First of all, Ainsley, this has become a huge. There's news reports. They're saying, oh, the Hannity Show and Ainsley Earhardt have broken this big story. I'm like, it's in their backyard. Don't they know what's going on there?
Well, see, Panama City, the residents there, it's been all over their local newscasts. Sean Hannity comes to Panama City, sends his reporter. It's all over the newscast. But this is happening in Ponte Vedra. This is happening Jersey Shore. This is happening in Myrtle Beach. This is happening in California. This is happening all over the country, and that's the story. It's the youth of America. I don't want to say this is just happening in Panama City. And it's not the community's fault. These kids are from all over. It's not just, these kids don't live in Panama City.
We were all joking before we came on, and Geraldo, I said to him, Geraldo, that looks like, you know, a dog pen almost.
It does.
Right?
It does. So they transport them into
these. Do they call it that?
We all said it looked like it. It's like a human dog pen.
Right.
But they put them there to prevent them from taking one kid 2 hours away or an hour away, then having to come back.
Time.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're arrested. It's cold. It's, you know, whatever. They sit in there for an hour.
Geraldo, come defend the human rights and sensibilities of drunks and druggies all over America.
Let me. They say that the 18th year is the most dangerous year in a boy's life. True. Because he gets his driver's license and he goes out there. My son's had 7, 8 accidents between them in that 1 year. The most dangerous year in a girl's life is that freshman year when she goes on spring break and she's not used to drinking. She does 3, 4 drinks maybe max. In college she's doing 6, 8, 10 a day in spring break. And what happens is, as Ainsley absolutely nailed in her report, with that young girl standing on the box with no bottom on and people poking at her and stuff like that. And so what has changed also is social media. It used to be that maybe you were unlucky and Girls Gone Wild cameraman came around. It was very, very rare. So what happened in Panama City stayed in Panama City. Now with social media, it is
what goes
everywhere.
on in Panama City goes all over the
and
world.
it lasts forever.
Bernie.
All right, listen, first of all, I watched the whole series, and Ainsley looked like she was having too much of a good time.
I know.
And it looked like
I will say this. Can I say? I'm sorry to cut
Go
you
right
off, but
ahead.
everyone said it looked like you were you instigating them? No, it was the easiest story I've ever done because they were coming to me. They saw a camera.
I tell you what, we're on a tight time frame here. We're going to go right back to you, and Ainsley will respond. I think I kind of agree with Bernie. You were having too much fun. All right, guys, thanks much. And coming up, much more with Ainsley, Geraldo, and Bernard. Welcome back to Hannity. We continue with our great American panel. And you were saying, Mr. McGurks.
Yes, indeed. I was saying, Ainsley looked like she was having too much of a good time. And it looks like a twerking, girls taking their tops off. Another day on the weekend at Geraldo's house. To ask me or on his yacht. And by the way, this concept of
Doesn't make it bad.
delaying gratification, which enables you to succeed. We need these degenerate morons to forget about that concept so that
Look at the twerking.
people
There you
pick
go.
up the garbage, wait tables.
Did you see the guy when Ainsley started the report?
Yes.
All right. As a matter of fact, here it comes here. Watch this guy to her left on the right side of your screen. Watch kiss one, kiss number two.
He's in love.
Now number three coming in.
At one point he did kiss my cheek. I was like, "What are you doing?" I didn't know he was doing that the whole time I was talking.
And I said another guy was hitting on you.
They were drunk.
But you look like such a kid.
You know what the sad part is for these sloppy, drunken dudes down there?
Tell me you never
If they
did
think they're going to get lucky,
Father
you know
McGurk.
what shooting pool with a rope is like?
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen with these guys. It never
All right, let's
ends
talk
up.
about the serious side. 'Cause
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Sorry.
Okay, sound like a beagle. All right, let's go to the serious sides. Alcohol poisoning. You have predators, they call it the 100 miles, right? That are down there with guns and knives looking to rob these kids and set them up. Drugs that are putting these kids in the hospital. And every year, fatalities, you reported.
Yes, and kids falling off balconies, kids killing other people in DUI accidents. That's going to be with them for the rest of their lives. These girls the girl who's standing on the block, half naked with guys doing whatever they want to her.
Reaction.
She's going to have that reputation for the rest of her life. My dad said there are two things you can control: your character and your reputation.
And you only have one reputation. That's what we always told the girls. You only have one reputation. Once you lose it, you never get it back. It's up to the parents to instruct the kids. The kids are going to go there.
How about the parents say don't go there?
Decades, generations.
How about the parents say don't go? I'm not paying for you to go.
Well, my 19-year-old at Northwestern, Dean's List, 2 semesters, thank you very much, went down with her sailing team, and they actually had a regatta, and they had, they probably had fun after hours, but they didn't.
A lot of these mutts are not college students either
why
down
are
there.
you
And
so-
by the way, we did the same thing. It happened. I used to go out to the Hamptons in the 80s. The same thing. Sometimes you have to get it out of your system.
But you weren't taking your pants off on the beach.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. And look at me now.
Well, that explains
Listen,
it.
I don't know what's worse, the story of Geraldo or Bernie. I don't know. All right, now before we go, a quick programming note. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, 10 Eastern, for a studio audience edition of Hannity. The entire hour, we're going to be exposing what really happens when your kids are jetting off to spring break. We're going to recap Ainsley Earhart's reporting. We'll also hear exclusively from some of the Panama City Beach officials about just how out of control the partying gets. And here's a preview of my exclusive interview with the mayor, the police chief, and the city manager. Watch this.
We have extra staff on hand. We go to extended shifts, and this is something we're prepared for. The crowds are large. We deal with anywhere between 200 and 300,000 kids during spring break, if not more. The area you went to is 2 of the largest nightclubs in the world, and that some of that environment that happens down there behind those clothes. But the actions that I saw in your video, that's not something that we taught these kids that came to Panama City Beach. That's an environment where they came from, their upbringing.
All right, that's tomorrow night, 10 Eastern.